Hello, Empowered Woman. Welcome to this episode of the Empowered Woman podcast. Today, I wanted to share with you the audio of a live training I did on Facebook talking about my business timeline. I had such great feedback, and I know how important and encouraging it is to learn about somebody else's journey. I've also been hearing from lots of women how they admire the work that I do and that they tried to get into coaching and empowering women before but weren't successful. I surely hope hearing my story will invite you to get back up and follow your heart. And finally, don't forget the Engage to Serve Summit coming up January 26th. It's free, it's virtual, and it'll be an amazing opportunity to hear from other successful entrepreneurs and learn how to truly engage and serve your audience. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Empowered Woman podcast, the #1 show on personal growth, visibility, and profit for women entrepreneurs. If you're wanting to start believing in yourself, giving yourself permission to succeed, and let your voice be heard to make an impact in the world as an entrepreneur, this is the place for you. I am so glad that you're here. My name is Marta Spurk, and I'm your host, triplet mom, woman empowerment coach, and all things motivation extraordinaire. Welcome again, and let's dive into today's episode. I shared a little bit more about my business journey and trajectory inside my Facebook group last week as I was doing some lives in preparation for releasing my brand new masterclass, which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, I highly encourage you to. I've had almost 30 people already register with a very basic release. Lots of people already registered. And I love that every time I focus time on talking about something, more people see it and more people sign up for it. So if you are just sitting there wondering, why don't people sign up for my stuff? It's because you're not talking about it. And I'm the master of promoting and talking about things. But that's not the topic for today. Hi, Lana. Thanks so much for joining me. So if you're joining me, say hi. So today I want to talk about the ups and downs of entrepreneurship and really reveal the timeline of my business. Some of you have known me for quite a while and have followed my journey and knowing that I started with network marketing and all of the things. And 2020 was an amazing year for me. It is the year that I have gotten the most done in less time because of having my kids home. And it's the year I have made the most money. Funny enough, right? Last time, more productive, more profitable. And that's why I'm going to dedicate 2021 to really sharing what I have learned in my journey. Because for a long time, I spinned my wheels. And now looking back, I know why I spinned my wheels. And it has everything to do with confidence in myself and courage to say and to admit to the world what I really wanted to do. Because a lot of it was fear. Fear that I wasn't qualified enough, that I wasn't capable of enough, fear of what people would think. So when mentors and gurus would say, and I would hear them saying, believe in yourself, that's all it takes, I would cringe a little because I thought I really believed in myself. And now when I hear clients and prospects and people that follow me saying, hey, Marta, I love your content, but I'm already empowered, except you're not really fulfilling your purpose and you're not seeing that converting in your business, then you are not fully empowered and you do not fully believe in yourself, because I have felt this firsthand with myself and in my business. I've always thought I was a very confident person. I'm very outspoken. I'm not shy. I will get in front of people and I will say whatever it is that I have to say to grow. Tell me what to do and I'll go and I'll do it. And I realize that even though I am an action taker and I do everything that people suggest for me to do, for me to grow, that confidence and that trust in myself was lacking. And that says a lot, because if you look at somebody that is very confident or that appears to be very confident and you wish you were like them, don't wish you were like them. Just wish to be and work to be a more confident version of yourself, because you don't know what other people are struggling with. It's easy to look at me and think that I have it all together, but I really don't. And we're all a work in progress. So without further ado, let me share my screen and share with you my business timeline. I hope you can see it. It's a little bit small. Let me know if is this too small? The ladies that are watching me, hi, Katrina. Let me know if this is too small, but I'm going to be reading through and I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. So let me see what I can do here to make this a little bit bigger. Let me know if this helps at all or if it's not very good. I think it's cutting out. Oh, okay. I think I fixed it. Awesome. Let me know in the comments if you can see. So for those of you who had no idea, I actually started my business in 2016. So my babies were 9 months old. We had just moved back from Brazil. And I found myself in the space of being a stay-at-home mom and feeling a little bit stuck because it's really hard to do anything with 3 small kids. Hi, Shirley. Thanks for joining me. And then I found the opportunity, social media is flooded in with opportunities with network marketing, direct sales. And I had already been following several people. I didn't know what they were doing because I didn't really understand. And with me being in Brazil, not having access to everything, I was already following coaches that were in this network marketing company, which is Beachbody. The little bench. Okay, I can't right now, Gloria. Just give me a minute, okay? Every single time I start a live, just a second, guys. No more requests. All right. Real life here, people. Anyway, so I was already following some of those coaches. I had no idea what a network marketing company even was, but I thought it was an interesting opportunity for me to make some money while raising my babies. Hi, Julia. And so I began. And very early on, I remember one of the first rewards that I got for reaching certain milestones and for reaching certain goals was that I got a training with amazing motivational speaker, coach, life coach, John Maxwell. Let me know if you're familiar with John Maxwell. And when I heard him speak, and with me, growing up in church, being in front of people, being a teacher, getting used to being in the spotlight, when I saw that man speak, it's almost like I had a vision. And I thought, I would much rather be hired by a company to speak to all of these coaches than just be one of the coaches. And now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being one of the coaches. There's lots of people that that are millionaires now with network marketing companies. But I had that vision for myself that I would branch out and do something else, but I needed that stepping stone to realize that. And so how many times in our lives do we feel bad because we feel like we're giving up on a dream, that, we're a failure because we're stopping something. And it was a struggle for me to even decide to stop growing my network marketing business because I am very competitive and it's hard for me to let go, because saying, hey, I've built this thing and then saying goodbye and starting my own thing meant failure to me. And now with all the work that I do, especially using the Enneagram, I see why that was a big deal, because I'm a type 3, the achiever, and the hardest thing for someone like me is to admit failure and to be vulnerable. And I'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, I advanced quickly in the company. I advanced a couple ranks in like 6 months. I won a free trip to Mexico, so I felt super good about myself. My husband and I went on our very first trip. It was almost like a baby moon that we never had after having the kids. Because it was rough moving from Brazil and starting from scratch after we had left everything to live in Brazil, And so we won that trip. And then in 2018, it was when I decided to publicly say that I wasn't going to be growing the business with network marketing anymore. I'm still using the products. I still love the company. But I really wanted to start my own thing. And that's when I launched my podcast. Mom Does It All is what I called it. And the reason why I called it Mom Does It All is because I, again, had this vision of me having triplets, but still wanting to do something else. And there was a lot of judgment. Lots of people don't understand this need that women have of doing something outside of motherhood. And even within my own family, and let me know if that's something that you've experienced. Even in my own family, there was lots of judgment, of saying, why add something else to your plate? Hi, Laura. Why add something else to your plate if you already have 3 kids to take care of? But like I said, I had this vision for myself of doing something bigger, of encouraging and motivating people. And I thought, who better for me to motivate than other moms? Because they already look to me for inspiration with me having 3 kids the same age. And so that's when I decided, all right, I'm going to help other moms in this endeavor of starting a business. And that's when I launched my very first course outside of social media or outside of network marketing called Passion to Paychecks, from passion to paychecks. So helping moms figure out what their passion is and monetize that. But I got to tell you that when I launched this course and I got, people in, I got some one-on-one clients. I started, charging more high ticket. I paid for high ticket programs to help me, get clients. I didn't feel qualified. I didn't feel like I could teach somebody else how to start a business just because I had somewhat of a business for a couple of years. And this very belief, or lack of belief, I should say, sent me on kind of like a wild goose chase for my purpose, because I was unwilling to admit to myself that I could help women build their business. And this is really what I want to focus on today as I'm sharing with you this timeline, because from 2018 till 2020, I tried speaking to different people. I tried different focuses with my business because I didn't feel qualified. So in 2019, I released a group coaching program called Happy Mommy because I didn't want to talk about business. I wanted to just talk about, let me help these moms with their self-esteem, with their self-image, heal from wounds of the past, forgive themselves, forgive their moms, forgive their past, because I knew that was an important part of life, and to help them eventually if they wanted to build a business. But I didn't want to do anything entrepreneurship because I didn't feel qualified. So I spent 2019 doing that, but I took steps forward. I continued on with my podcast. I formed my LLC. I opened bank accounts and savings accounts, and I was determined to make it work, but I was still unwilling to admit to myself that I was able to help women empower themselves with their own business. And then 2020 happened. 2020 happened, and in 2019, while I was doing that with moms, I also got certified as a court interpreter. So I was like finding other ways to deny myself what I really wanted to do in my heart. I went on, I still work as an interpreter. It gives me a great income. It makes me feel useful and helpful to the people, and to the government because I work for the courts. But at the same time, there was still that burning thing inside of me, and I didn't really know what to do with it. I went and I worked with Brazilian women, helping them, get used to the American culture because I was an English teacher for so long. I wondered, should I start teaching English to these women that live in the United States and don't yet feel comfortable speaking the language? I just was so confused in different niches and different things in my head. And then 2020 happened. The kids got pulled from school. I had very little time. I spent some time just recording songs and posting them on social media because I had no idea what to do. I really wasn't sure. I did in-person events. I was doing that. I thought I had found my path because late 2019 is when I started doing in-person events, motivational for women, empowering women, but it wasn't business related. And that was going super well. But it was a lot of work putting the events, inviting people for the events. And so when everything got shut down, I was like, well, that didn't last very long. And so I felt kind of lost. And then I had decided to create a membership, which is the Empowered Woman School. You may have heard me talk about it at the end of 2019. And it was mostly, for encouragement and empowerment for women. And so I joined this program that helps you grow memberships. And I was really pressured in there to, again, niche down. Who are you talking to? And to me, it was always like, I'm just empowering women. It doesn't matter who it is. And I don't even want to get started down the route of the avatar and making sure you're talking to that specific person and their age, how much money they make, how many kids they have, what magazines they read, and all that stuff. I just wanted to empower women. And then because I was doing that program, I went back to that first vision that I had when I joined that network marketing company. And I saw how amazing it was to lead a team and to teach people how to position themselves online and how to, lose their shyness and really be bold in sharing what they love. And I was like, you know what? I am going to publicly announce that I am going. What are you laughing at, Katrina? I'm going to publicly announce that I'm going to be helping women entrepreneurs with their business. I was afraid, you guys. I was scared to say that I wanted to help women entrepreneurs because I did not feel successful enough to be helping someone. And then by being part of Tribe, which is what I'm talking about, this program, yeah, the avatars, they drive me crazy. By being part of Tribe, which is this program that helps you grow memberships, I realized that there were so many other women who had not done all the things that I had done since 2016 that admired me, even though they had no idea how much money I was making or what I was doing. And I felt in that atmosphere the confidence that I lacked for the 3 years before that, because everything that I had learned, and plus my drive and my charisma and all the things, all of that qualified me to teach what I teach, to be where I am. And I just needed to be able to see that I was indeed a few steps ahead of some women and that they could benefit from what I had already learned. And everything blew up for me because I was finally willing to admit to myself that I was qualified. And how often in life do you wait for somebody to tell you that you're qualified for you to give yourself permission to? And even sometimes people do tell you that you are qualified and you don't feel it. So I then decided, so in 2020, I actually rebranded my podcast before all of this happened to The Empowered Woman, because I realized I wasn't going to talk to just moms. I wanted to focus on women. And then I focused a lot on growing my membership, the Empowered Woman School. And then with that, because these women were asking me, how do you run your business? How are you growing so fast? I created this method called the Engage to Serve method, which is now what I see I have been doing since 2016, when I was just learning the ropes of social media and really building relationships online. And this is what I have been focusing on teaching in my workshops in the last few months. And what I'm doing to revamp inside my membership is to help women learn to really believe in themselves and give themselves permission to say what's in their heart and in their passion. And isn't that what entrepreneurship really is? So let me go back and just talk to you face to face, heart to heart. Whatever it is that you're feeling in your heart that you want to do as a business, it's in there for a reason, and it's in there because it is going to happen and it is a possibility. So for me, when I saw those people, those coaches sharing their journey and making money out of it, there was already that seed in my heart, and I didn't really know what that was. So I started pursuing it. And then when I finally gave myself permission to do something, when I first had that vision of, you're not just going to be a coach, you're going to have your own business and do your own thing, I still felt scared. I held myself back. And over and over and over again, this is what I see with women in the online space. We hold ourselves back because we don't feel qualified, because we don't feel ready. And even with me being such a proactive person, such an action taker, I have felt this as well. So I can only imagine for the women that are just watching in the sidelines, how unqualified they feel and how they will probably not ever take action, or not to the extent that they could, and touch the lives that they could, because they feel like they're not prepared, they're not qualified. And I'm here to tell you right now, you will never be qualified if you don't believe that you are. You have to start where you are, and you are going to learn as you go. Because this is what my trajectory has taught me. And now looking back, is that every single step that I've taken has led me here. And sometimes I wish, I would have moved faster or whatever it is. And I want to tell you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And the fact that you're watching me right now means that you're ready. You're ready to impact the people that are right now in your environment, right in your community. If you will just have the courage to stand up and talk about it and say it, even if not everyone resonates with it, even if your voice is shaky, even if whatever, you just have to do it, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm a true example that I just put stuff out there even when it's not all the way ready. And it doesn't have to be. And you know why? Because this is what the Engage to Serve method really is. And this is what I teach in the Empowered Woman School. It's that you have to involve your audience in what you do. So who cares if the website is not done, if you don't have the perfect graphic, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. What matters is what's in your heart, because people notice that. And if you start sharing it and asking people, do you resonate with this? Would you be interested in this? They will help you create your own business. That's what makes the difference with a successful and a not very successful business. That's what makes the difference between somebody rising faster than others, is when they ask people what they want. Because people see something in you already that you may not even be seeing yourself. So stepping out and talking about it is what's going to make your business grow faster, because you're going to be involving your audience. There you go, Ashley. Just do it one step in front of the other. That's really what it is. And so when you see those people that seem to be an overnight success, for one, it's not overnight. It takes time. And for two, if some people that you've noticed have advanced faster than others, it's because they learned how to communicate with their audience. So just be honest. That's what people mean when they say be vulnerable. It means stepping outside of your comfort zone and saying, hey, I don't have it all figured out, but I know what I can help you and what I can teach you. So do you have any questions on this topic? What are your struggles on this topic? This is how I have really advanced my business in 2020, was that I learned to involve my audience in everything I do. And isn't this what I'm doing here right now? Is sharing with you my trajectory, is being open, because people connect with people. And in this day and age when we can't even meet face to face, this is all we've got, right? It's video. It's hopping on Zoom, having conversations, exchanging information, exchanging messages. Connect with people, connect authentically. My gosh, it took me so long to understand what that even meant. And it was when I was ready to admit to myself what I really, really wanted to do, is to help women follow their hearts, follow their dreams of building something bigger than themselves. And isn't that what an entrepreneur is? It doesn't matter that I don't have a background in marketing, that I don't have a background in finance, that I know nothing about numbers and bookkeeping. You will learn this as I go, because this is how we stop ourselves. There are times when I think, my gosh, am I really prepared to make millions? If I'm not, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready as I go. We stop ourselves so much in the process before stuff even comes. We already stop ourselves because it's like, I'm not ready. And one of my very favorite quotes, there is this one author, Denise, I forget how to say her, Duffield Thomas, I don't know. She talks a lot about money. And one of the things that resonated with me a lot in her book, I started re-listening to it in Audible, is that it is safe for me to be rich. It is safe for me to make money. That's usually what stops us from success, is that we don't feel like it's safe. Why? Because we've been stuck in failure. We've been stuck in dissatisfaction with our lives for so long that even envisioning something better for ourselves feels scary, and it feels like it's not safe. So we stop ourselves even before we get there. Because as you start dipping your toes into something better, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle such goodness. We start self-sabotaging. I don't know if I can handle so many clients. I don't know if I can handle so many messages, because you've never been there before. And that's where being vulnerable is so helpful, because it's you admitting that you are a human being and that it is okay to be scared. It is okay to not know everything. So really, my idea here today is, for one, being vulnerable and sharing with you where I've come. I haven't come from, overnight success, if that's what you're wondering. There is no such thing. I wanted to be upfront with you that I started with network marketing, and that there is no shame in that. I think it's a great business for the people that have had success with it. And I actually have clients in network marketing that I help with in growing with their messaging online. But I decided to go a different route. And I shared a little bit more. So you're going to have to watch the replay. Katrina said, I already know I want to listen to the replay for this. Yes. And really there were several different things that helped me with my growth in 2020, but I know number one thing was being able to admit to myself and then publicly admit that I was going to help women entrepreneurs, even if I felt like I wasn't qualified. And guess what? Now I have people that I know make more money than I do asking me for advice to create content and to share it on social media. That's what you can achieve, my friend, if you really decide to step into courage and bravery and to just do what your heart is calling you to do. And it really is a combination of you following your heart and then detaching from the result, because it doesn't matter what is going to happen. I'm just out here to touch lives and to encourage people. So I hope this was encouraging to you. Let me know if you have any questions about my timeline. Hi, Amy. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. Yay, Terry. Hope you can watch the beginning of it. Let me know if you have any questions about the timeline of my business and what I've been doing. But basically, just wanted to share my story and to encourage you to go sign up for my masterclass. If anyone who's watching would do me the favor of typing up the masterclass that I recorded, where I talk about this method that I have developed to help you connect authentically with your audience, which is what I have been able to do. It's martaspurk.com/GGG masterclass, because it's the get seen, gain trust, get paid. Yay! So this is what I have coming out, and I will be announcing something super exciting. I am putting together my very first summit. I am so excited. I've been wanting to do this all year last year, but I was participating in so many different summits speaking that I didn't put together my own event. And then I finally found a format that I think suits me very well. It's going to be a one-day event. I'm going to have 6 speakers, and I'll be sharing more information soon. It's going to happen at the end of the month. So stay tuned. More information coming up. But for now, I leave you with the masterclass. Go on and watch it, because it's everything that I talked about here, learning to engage your audience so that they really trust you enough to want to hire you, to want to work with you. So it's martaspurk.com/GGG masterclass. I'll post the link here once we are done. Thank you so much for watching, ladies. This was fun. Let me know if you have any questions if you're watching the replay. Bye-bye.
There you have it. What are your thoughts? Was this inspiring and encouraging to you? As always, I do want to hear from you. Connect with me on social or send me an email at martaspurk@gmail.com. And don't forget to register for the summit. All the info is already out and ready. Go to martaspurk.com/summit. The link is in the show notes. Until next time. Bye.